A nationwide manhunt has come to an end. Find out what that means to the local community.
And President Schultz will play a big factor in voting on the college football playoff, coming up next on Murrow News 8.
Good evening, I'm Josie Goodrich.
And I'm Lena Fielding. Welcome to Murrow News 8.
A 33-year-old man from Mexico was accused of molesting a 14-year-old boy in Pullman, where he stood trial for felony third-degree child molestation in December. Juan Trejo Perez had been living with the victim and his family when the incident occurred, and he was attempting to fly back to his family in Mexico when he was arrested at the Pullman-Moscow Regional Airport back in October. Trejo Perez failed to appear at his hearing on Friday after being released last week on a $5,000 cash bond, which put out a nationwide warrant for his arrest. Trejo Perez was found and arrested this morning, but there are no updated details about the recent arrest.
A local native, Milo Warnock, was killed in the Idaho Maximum Security Prison. He was charged with his third DUI, which is considered a felony, resulting in a 2-year sentence. Milo's family believes his cellmate was the one that killed him, but so far there have been no advancements in the investigation and no charges have been made.
The city of Pullman held a bid opening at 10 a.m. on Thursday for Project Downtown Pullman, where 4 bids were received from contractors. The city council is scheduled to hold a special meeting tomorrow at noon to finalize a contract with Apollo Inc. out of the Tri-Cities to conduct the work. Project Downtown Pullman is hoped to create improvements to Main Street by making it more people-friendly for the community, as well as improve accessibility. Starting this April, Main Downtown will be closed for up to 6.5 months, and documents show the project is now running at nearly $12 million.
Starting next season, the college football playoffs will consist of 12 teams. How those teams are picked is still up in the air, and WSU President Kirk Schultz could be the deciding vote. The CFP management team has proposed 2 changes to give automatic entry to 5 schools and vote on the remaining 7. They are also proposing that to qualify for automatic entry, a school has to be part of a conference with more than 8 members. For WSU, who is now a part of a 2-school conference, that means they would not qualify for automatic entry. However, the board needs a unanimous vote, and Yahoo Sports reported on Sunday that Kirk Schultz is leveraging his vote for revenue assurances.
Some other historic WSU news: the Board of Regents has voted to award 2 honorary doctoral degrees to Carla Pepperzak and Patricia Whitefoot during the 2024 spring commencement. Regents gives the award to individuals who have made profound contributions to their field of study and improved the quality of life to society at large. Pepperzak is being honored for her courage to help advance the Dutch resistance during World War II while hiding her Jewish identity, and Whitefoot is being honored for her work as an advocate for Native American education and human rights of Native people.
Washington State University senior Kofi Frimpong is one of the passionate students you can find here on campus. He is currently working with Boeing while being very active on campus. He is the president of the WSU NSBE chapter while also helping out with the MLK programs.
The WSU Career Expo started today with the first virtual session ending at 2 p.m. The expo will continue tomorrow for the in-person General Expo at Beasley Coliseum from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. The in-person expo will have over 150 employers for students to meet and give their resumes. Another virtual session will be held next week on February 13th on Handshake.
Speaking of those good opportunities for Cougs, applications have opened for WSU's annual Teaching Academy Awards. The awards are held to highlight outstanding faculty and their impact on teaching and learning across the WSU's university system. According to WSU Insider, the deadline is March 22nd for WSU faculty to submit their materials. There will also be an awards ceremony on April 11th to celebrate the recipients. If you are looking for a fun way to celebrate Valentine's Day, the Whitman County Library is hosting a Galentine's Craft Night tomorrow. The event will have mocktails, snacks, and crafts, and the event is from 6 to 8 and is $10. To RSVP, contact Sydney at 509-397-4366.
A historic storm on the West Coast in California and what that means for us on the Palouse.
And a popular pop star makes history at the Grammy Awards, coming up next.
It feels like no matter where you look, the state of the world's getting worse. Oceans full of plastic, and endless amount of waste, an impossible task ahead of fixing our beloved planet. But change can't happen if you do nothing. So here's where you should start. Reduce. Why? Because Americans produce more than 200 million tons of waste every year, and you don't want to add to that. Reuse. Why? Because reusing and repurposing cuts back on unnecessary waste, and it gives things a chance at new life. Recycle. Why? Because recycling creates jobs. It helps our community and it helps our planet. And after doing all this, what will we be left with? We'll be left with a planet that will slowly start to heal. We'll be left with more money in our pockets. We'll be left with more opportunity for work. And most importantly, we're left with hope for the future. So reduce, reuse, recycle.
Buckingham Palace announced today that King Charles has been diagnosed with cancer. They did not disclose the type or the stage of the cancer. However, they did say that it was not prostate cancer. The palace announced that King Charles will be taking a break from his public engagements to get treatment starting today.
A severe storm is continuing to hit Southern California and flooding and mudslides. The storm began on Sunday with heavy rain and snow, and nearly 38 million people have received flood alerts. The heavy rain has led to mandatory evacuations in Santa Barbara and Ventura counties on Sunday. In Central California, over 400,000 homes are without power. The National Weather Service says this storm could potentially be historic. Over to you, Sedona, on the weather wall.
Yes, today we are looking at a lot of rain and wind that has come in from this tropical storm. It is a high of 48 and a low of 35, and early this morning the wind was a lot heavier than it is right now. It actually woke me up this morning. I could hear it from outside my apartment. It's also been raining consistently all day, been pretty gloomy, lots of clouds. The sunset is also going to be at 4:57 tonight, which is 7 minutes later than it was this past Friday, which is very exciting. Looking to tomorrow, it is going to be one of the only days with sun this week, so make sure you try and get outside, soak that in while it's here. The wind's going to go down to 6 miles per hour, and the sunset again is going to move back another 2 minutes to 4:49, and it's going to be a high of 49 tomorrow with a low of 34. With looking at across the state, it's pretty rainy for everyone. In Seattle and Olympia, it's cloudy. Highs of 46, lows of 41, 42. In Yakima, it's the coldest across the state. With rain in the Tri-Cities, it is cloudy, not too much rain, with a high of 50. Looking into Spokane and Pullman, we're having some thundery storms coming in, again due to the storms coming up from California. Hopefully that will stop after today since it's supposed to be sunny again tomorrow. And then looking into the 5-day forecast, again tomorrow, sunny, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is a chance of snow, but there's definitely going to be rain. And same on Saturday, there is a chance of snow. And I'll give it back to you guys at the desk.
Taylor Swift set another record yesterday on music's biggest stage. Swift became the first singer to win Album of the Year 4 times at the Grammys, surpassing names like Frank Sinatra and Stevie Wonder. Swift also won the category for Best Pop Vocal Album and surprised viewers with an announcement of her brand new album, Tortured Poets Department.
WSU men's basketball wins a thriller in Seattle as Miles Rice continues to rack up awards in his collection.
And the World Cup makes its way to Seattle. What that means for the Seattle community, coming up next.
Dad, they took over my bedroom. Come on, come on. Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. You saved me. Dad?
okay?
I'm fine, dear.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
WSU men's basketball beat UW in overtime 90-87 on Saturday. Isaac Jones scored 20 points, including a dunk that forced overtime. This was the 298th all-time meeting between the schools and the last sharing the same conference. UW is off to the Big Ten next season, while WSU will play in the West Coast Conference. Washington State will travel to play Oregon State this Thursday at 7 p.m. Miles Rice is Pac-12's Freshman of the Week for the 5th time. Rice has tied the WSU record for Freshman of the Week awards, previously set by Mohamed Gay. Rice is the top freshman in the conference in points per game, 15.7, steals per game, 1.68, and assists per game, 3.68. WSU women's basketball lost 73-61 to Utah on Sunday. Bella Murrow and Eleonora Villa each tied for top scorers of the day with 15 points. Murrow had 899 career rebounds before the game, and during the game grabbed 4 more, setting the WSU program record for the most career rebounds in the process. National beats American in the Senior Bowl 16-7 on Saturday. The Senior Bowl takes top seniors from colleges across the country in a big East versus West game. Washington State University senior Shaw Smith-Wade returned an interception 83 yards in the final 2 minutes to set up a decisive score and secure the Nationals' victory. On Sunday, FIFA announced that Seattle's Lumen Field will host 6 matches in the 2026 World Cup. The United States men's national team will play on June 19th. The other 3 group stage matches will be on June 15th, June 24th, and June 26th. Seattle will also host 2 knockout matches on July 1st and July 6th for the expanded 48-team World Cup.
The career fair is coming back in Pullman.
And what that means for students looking for jobs. We will have information on the event after the break.
It feels like no matter where you look, the state of the world's getting worse. Oceans full of plastic, an endless amount of waste, an impossible task ahead of fixing our beloved planet. But change can't happen if you do nothing. So here's where you should start. Reduce. Why? Because Americans produce more than 200 million tons of waste every year, and you don't want to add to that. Reuse. Why? Because reusing and repurposing cuts back on unnecessary waste, and it gives things a chance at new life. Recycle. Why? Because recycling creates jobs. It helps our community and it helps our planet. And after doing all this, what will we be left with? We'll be left with a planet that will slowly start to heal. We'll be left with more money in our pockets. We'll be left with more opportunity for work. And most importantly, we're left with hope for the future. So reduce, reuse, recycle.
The career fair is back in Pullman. Over 125 employers from a variety of companies will be in attendance to find future employees. So make sure you attend this week for amazing opportunities. Thank you for joining us.
And if you missed anything, be sure to check us out on our YouTube or social media accounts. Have a good night.